understand the fundamental concepts of security models. Welcome to this module on security models. Security models provide structured frameworks for implementing security controls in information systems. These models help organizations enforce confidentiality, integrity, and access control policies. In this lesson, we will explore key security models, including the Bell-LaPadula model, Biba model, and Clark-Wilson model. Let's get started. Security models are theoretical frameworks that define how access to information is controlled. They provide rules that ensure data remains secure and is accessed by authorized users only. Organizations use security models for these major reasons. Enforce access control, define who can read, share information. Prevent unauthorized changes, ensure data integrity is maintained. Meet compliance requirements, support legal and regulatory security policies. Now let's look at an example. A military database follows a strict confidentiality model, ensuring that classified information can only be accessed by users with the proper clearance level. This prevents unauthorized users from reading sensitive documents. Here's how to apply security models effectively. Choose a security model that aligns with business and regulatory needs. Implement role-based access control (ARC) and mandatory access control (MAC) where required. Regularly audit access logs to ensure compliance with security models. The Bell-LaPadula model is a security model focused on protecting confidentiality by controlling how users access classified information. This model enforces confidentiality using these two rules. No read-up, simple security property. Users cannot read data from a higher classification level. No write-down. Users cannot write data to a lower classification level. Here's an example. A government agency follows the Bell-LaPadula model, where an employee with a confidential clearance cannot read secret documents, no read-up, and cannot write confidential information into a public document, no write-down. Here's how to apply the Bell-LaPadula model effectively. Use mandatory access controls (MAC) to enforce strict classification rules. Implement data labeling, e.g. public, confidential, secret, top secret. Restrict data movement between classification levels to prevent leaks. The Biba model is designed to protect data integrity by preventing unauthorized modification. This model enforces integrity using these two rules. No read-down, simple integrity property. Users cannot read data from a lower integrity level. No write-up, star integrity property. Users cannot write data to a higher integrity level. Here's an example. A company follows the Biba model to prevent unauthorized changes to financial records. Employees cannot read unverified transaction logs, no read down, and cannot write unapproved data into audited financial reports, no write-up. Here's how to apply the Biba model effectively. Use role-based access control (RBAC) to limit modification rights. Implement digital signatures and logging to track data integrity. Prevent unauthorized changes by restricting lower-level users from modifying critical data. The Clark-Wilson model enforces data integrity through well-defined access controls and transaction procedures. This model enforces integrity by requiring users to follow controlled processes. Well-formed transactions, all changes must follow a predefined process. Separation of duties, so D. Different users handle different parts of transactions. Audit logs and integrity checks ensure data changes are authorized and verified. Here's an example. A bank follows the Clark-Wilson model, where a loan approval must go through multiple steps. A loan officer processes the application, a manager reviews it, and a compliance officer verifies it before final approval. This prevents fraud and unauthorized modifications. Here's how to apply the Clark-Wilson model effectively. Enforce separation of duties to prevent fraud. Require multi-step approvals for critical data changes. Maintain audit logs to track all transactions. The Brewer-Nash model, also called the Chinese wall model, prevents conflicts of interest by restricting access to sensitive information based on prior access history. This model prevents conflicts of interest by enforcing these restrictions. Users cannot access conflicting data. If a user works with one competitor's data, they cannot access another competitor's data. Dynamic access control. Access decisions change based on user history. Here's an example. A financial analyst at an investment firm is assigned to Company A. Because of the Brewer-Nash model, they cannot access insider information about Company B, a competitor, to prevent conflicts of interest. Here's how to apply the Brewer-Nash model effectively. Implement dynamic access control policies based on user interactions. Restrict access to sensitive data to prevent insider trading risks. Use data segmentation to enforce separation between conflicting information sets. Now let's summarize what we've learned about security models. The Bell-LaPadula model enforces confidentiality using no read-up, no write-down rules. The Biba model enforces integrity using no read-down, no write-up rules. The Clark-Wilson model uses transaction control and separation of duties to protect data integrity. The Brewer-Nash Chinese wall model prevents conflicts of interest by restricting access dynamically. By applying these security models, organizations can better enforce confidentiality, integrity, and access control in their information systems. This concludes our module on security models. Up next, selecting security controls based on system security requirements. Stay secure.